Alright fans, it's your boy Jim Sterling here, and I'm putting it all on the line today. I don't know if you've heard of this new website, I just discovered it today. It's called pogsforboglins.com, okay? And what it allows you to do is to take your pogs and bet them on Boglins, which is, it's an exciting new concept, and I thought, you know, maybe my viewers would like to watch that, and we're gonna give it a go. I've got 40 pogs right here, my best ones, most of them shinies. And we're going to place it on a Boglin and see if that Boglin wins, and then I double my winnings. That's 80 pogs, can you believe it? Let's check it out now. I'm just placing my bet. Alright, now we just sit and wait and watch for the results. Come on. Come on. Oh my god! I can't believe it! Pogs! Boglins! Poglins! Yes, in case you're wondering, yes, I have heard about the whole CSGO Lotto, TmarTn, Pro Syndicate controversy. I've heard about it. A million times I've heard about it. Okay, so for everyone asking, no matter how publicly I answer, yes, I've heard about it. Thanks for letting me know! I'm going to do an episode on it now because many people asked for one, and I have nothing original to add. It's just reiteration of other people's information, but this is the only way to really let you all know that I've heard about it, and to be honest, it really is a fairly despicable situation, and deserves to be shared by all and sundry, whether they have anything original to add or not. So here's my wholly unoriginal take on something where my opinion on it should be fairly obvious to you. It may be hard to believe, but Counter-Strike Go's gambling economy has had some really shady shit happen in it. I know it seems weird that an entire culture built around betting money on in-game items marketed to a sizable audience of children could ever go wrong, but somehow that's where we are. If you're not sure how Counter-Strike's whole gambling thing works, various weapon skins for Global Offensive can be randomly unlocked with microtransactions. Because of course they can. These skins, if you can believe it, are worth real money on Steam's marketplace, allowing users to sell them on for anywhere between a few pennies and several $1,000s. It ain't my place to judge how you spend your money. I regularly purchase Boglins off eBay for exorbitant amounts, but holy shit. Holy shit. As if it wasn't enough that CSGO's loot system has in itself been a paid game of chance, it's given rise to a huge number of websites that take the gambling idea even further. These sites work by letting users wager their skins against the skins of other users and potentially take home all the winnings via a coin toss. The scene has gotten big and insidious enough that Valve's facing a class action lawsuit for allowing these sites to link to Steam and potentially introduce underage kids to the world of unregulated gambling. Because of course currently the loophole is that because you're not directly betting money in exchange for money, it isn't gambling. Even though it is gambling, I mean it's not directly for money, but as far as I'm fucking concerned it's gambling, even though if it's not the legal definition of gambling, I'm gonna say it's fucking gambling. Even if you don't think it is gambling, the distinction's murky at best when sites like CSGO Wild, CSGO Pot, and CSGO Lotto rear their slimy heads, not only using common gambling parlance, but building their empires on the inherent monetary value of the items in play. If you ask me, the sheer existence of these sites is sleazy enough, and yet another black spot on Steam's dismal reputation. But of course, the situation got even grosser when a couple of YouTubers got roped into the mix. Unsurprisingly, it's become popular for some YouTubers to film themselves playing on these CSGO gambling sites because we live in a world where huge audiences will watch a random dude eat food now. Two of the more popular CSGO bet boys on YouTube are Pro Syndicate and TmarTn, who had been using CSGO Lotto for their videos. Between them, they boast over 10 million subscribers, and they publish videos with titles that sound like cheap banner ads from 90s websites. How to win $13,000 in 5 minutes. All that play now and win big shit that marketers came up with to coax money out of idiots decades ago. But it works, and our lads Pro Syndicate and TmarTn regularly tell their viewers how easy and how thrilling it is to win thousands of buckaroos by risking their virtual skins on CSGO Lotto. There's just one problem with, well, actually the entire notion of showing teens how to gamble is a fucking problem. But there's an even bigger one than that. Yeah, the guys telling those kids how to win big on CSGO Lotto actually own CSGO Lotto. This was the big naughty discovered by YouTuber Honor the Call, who revealed that the two Lotto lads' names were listed in the site's incorporation page. The details quite clearly list Trevor Martin, aka TmarTn, and Thomas Castle, aka Pro Syndicate, as site owners, both of them acting as president and VP respectively. But of course, both these YouTubers with their armies of impressionable viewers totally disclosed their personal financial ties with CSGO Lotto before showing the world how awesome it was to play CSGO Lotto, right? Yeah, of course not. TmarTn tried to get ahead of the story when Honor the Call, only a small channel currently, was the only one ringing the alarm bell, posting a vlog where he angrily protested his innocence, claimed he never failed to disclose his ties to CSGO Lotto, and that his videos were never misleading. You know, he never did stuff like this, for example.
And we found this new site called CSGO Lotto, so I'll link it down in the description if you guys want to check it out. But we were betting on it today, and I won a pot of like $69 or something like that, so it's a pretty small pot, but it was like the coolest feeling ever. And I ended up like following them on Twitter and stuff, and they hit me up, and they're talking to me about potentially doing like a skin sponsorship. Like they'll give me skins to be able to bet on the site and stuff.
The story would explode when H3H3 Productions picked up the baton and eviscerated the two YouTubers, who pointed out they could easily manipulate the site they completely control to show themselves winning big, the basic illegality of their non-disclosure, and the past FTC transgressions of Pro Syndicate, who has a history of failing to disclose things apparently. Like that time he played a game on his channel and didn't tell viewers that he invested in the game. Not in like a Kickstarter way, like in a he literally co-owns the game way. H3H3 also had the archived evidence of non-disclosure from these cheeky little fuckers, so when they went back and retroactively added the disclosure, their asses weren't covered. Nor was Martin's ass covered when he claimed he didn't own CSGO Lotto back when he did his video about how he'd just discovered it and might get sponsored by them. Because according to the evidence, he did own the site from the very beginning, and we're all so shocked by the idea that he might lie to save face.
I don't know how you can sleep at night knowing that you put down other people with misinformation.
In the fallout, things haven't looked terrific for the pair. If you go to Pro Syndicate's videos now, it's not uncommon to see them downvoted tremendously, and a dogpile of commenters writing "scammer" in huge letters all across the page. As for TmarTn, I can't tell you if he had comments and likes disabled before this controversy, I don't know, but they're sure as shit disabled now. Pro Syndicate would tweet out a meagre apology to those who felt misled by his content, but maintained he'd done nothing inherently wrong and proceeded to post a bunch of trite gifs. TmarTn has been quieter, but said he understood why people were upset and hurt, and promised more in the future. Now, as I said, this video is reiteration more than anything, signal boosting the story, though it's not like I have the reach of H3H3, Boogie, you total biscuit, and everybody else who jumped on this thing and tore it, rightfully, to shreds. All that's left for me is the tattered remnant of this sorry drama's corpse, rent asunder and now little more than a quivering pile of flayed skin that I can wear, at least, cape-like, and dance around ritualistically in. People have asked what I think about the whole thing, and, what the fuck do you think I think about it? I get pissed off about Overwatch's loot boxes. Do you think my response to this would be, say, positive at all? Of course not. Friends, I'm pissed off enough at the fact Valve allowed this sleazy scumbag easily exploitable little CSGO skin economy to begin with. I'm irritated and skeezed out by the very foundation of this scene, long before we climb the pile of shit to get to the likes of Pro Syndicate and TmarTn, whose behaviour has been nothing short of fucking skin crawling. TmarTn especially. It's one thing to not disclose ownership of your get get-rich-quick site and then advertise said get-rich-quick site to teens, but to then act indignant and hurt when it's exposed, to tell your millions of subscribers that a smaller fish upset you and lied about you, and to have the absolute clitting nerve to ask them how they sleep at night? My dude, what the fuck? How do you even masturbate knowing whose cock you're touching? And my ultimate takeaway from all of it is that this right here is the shit that will bring legislation into the mix, because right now there aren't really rules governing much of this shit. Microtransactions, the resale of digital goods, and gambling sites like CSGO Lotto, but they're not really covered by law all that much because the law hasn't caught up to it. Yet. None of this is technically, legally gambling. Yet. So enjoy Deadwood while it lasts, folks, because whenever the restrictions are lax, there will always be scumworms looking to take it too far, and they just tighten the noose around everybody more and more and more. Valve itself is walking on a very, very fine line with all of this stuff. As with everything I've ever criticised Steam for, Valve has always been safely hands-off enough to claim no culpability for anything. Be it Greenlight, the sludge that bubbles onto the storefront, dodgy, scammy games of any description, be it shit like this that's colloquially gambling even if it's not legally so. Valve's none-to-do-with-me approach has kept it safe. For now. And the class action suit against it may go nowhere. For now. But the Dakota Territory is coming. Syndicate, TmarTn, and Valve itself have all helped that along.
Big money! Big prizes! I love it!
On the subject of dishonest naughty boys, I got an email on Monday, minutes after the last Jimquisition we did on Yolo Army, and the email was from Yolo Army, who accused me of defamation. What a popular word that's become, Let me just put this out there, because I will not directly respond to Yolo Army, they can go through my lawyer. Removal of evidence, especially when the subject of the video was publicly announced and you knew it was coming. Removal of evidence after the fact it doesn't make it disappear, and it doesn't make what I said any less true. You can get rid of shit hurriedly before the video comes out and then say, oh, you're using archived evidence, therefore it's defamatory, but it's not. It's not. And you're welcome to test this against my legal team, who, I think it's fair to say, are fairly battle-hardened and familiar with accusations of this nature by now. I wouldn't. That would be just my advice. I wouldn't try it. You could try thanking God for me, though. Do it. The thanking God for me part, not the... Don't sue me, because I'm really tired of that. So just thank God for me instead. It's easier for you and me and, well, everyone.